What up, squad? It's Red Eye Ride back with another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bells on, and share this video because that gets me out there. Let's go ahead and talk about the 5 things I do not like about my Red Eye Hellcat. All right, gang. So the first thing I want to outline here is the look of the outside of the car, right? As you know, everybody's got a wide body. There really isn't a difference between the Red Eye and the regular Hellcat, especially on the Charger body. When this car first came out, I really enjoyed it because you can definitely tell the difference between a Red Eye and a regular Hellcat. That was last year. Now they're putting the same kind of hood on the Hellcats, and it's really hard to distinguish the difference between the cars unless you walk up to the badges. Now, some people don't know that just because you have this hood, you do not have a Red Eye. They are putting these hoods on regular Hellcats now. This is the Charger Hellcat hood moving forward. Like I said, the only way to tell is if you pop the hood, look at the Red Eye Hellcat on the blower, or you look at the badge, and on the badge it has a Red Eye on it. But some people may up badge, and that might not be accurate. People are doing it more and more nowadays. So the best way to look is under the hood and see that Hellcat Red Eye on the blower. So here's an example of how to tell the difference if this is a regular Hellcat or a Red Eye. The eye obviously is red, has like a little red stone in there, and you know that's one of the ways. Or like I said earlier, the blower. But here you really can't go off of this because people are, like I said, up badging, so it doesn't really help out a lot. But let's go ahead and look at the blower so I can show you the difference of that one. So we're here, there's the blower, there's a supercharger. Actually, it's on the supercharger, on top of the supercharger, not the blower itself. But if you look here on the supercharger, you can see that there's SRT with the Hellcat eye with the red eye on it. Scroll it down, straight over, down. Yep, straight over the top, just like that. I mean, outside of that, there's really no way of telling the difference between the cars. Like I said, the hood was a giveaway. Nowadays, this hood doesn't tell you crap, so I wouldn't even waste my time with looking at the hood because it just doesn't help. That second thing I'm really not a big fan of is the interior of the car. I feel like you pay a lot of money, you know, for the higher trend of these cars. You should get something different in the interior, right? Something different. But if Dodge really doesn't, or they hasn't put in a lot of thought into like customizing this, or just something separating the difference between this, the Hellcat, Scats, the 392s, RTs, and all that stuff. They're all the same. So if you want to, I mean, I'm sure you guys know what this looks like, but if you just come in and get a really quick look at what it is, it really ain't no difference. It really ain't no difference in here. Like, everything is pretty much the same setup across the board. You get the SRT on the steering wheel, but again, to me, that's just, it's basic, right? Everybody got that, right? The middle cluster, there's really no change there. It's all the same. Screen, obviously, you know, you get the 220 on the dash, but that just really doesn't do much for me. You can get the red seats, but you can also get these in the Hellcat. Seats are the same. You get the SRT with the Hellcat on the seat, same. Like I said, there's really no difference. Nothing in the interior screams out, other than seeing the Hellcat on the seat, that this is really different outside of like an RT SXT, Scat, 392, whatever it may be. So that's what I feel about the interior Dodge. If you guys are watching this video, let's work on getting this stuff together, man. I mean, You got electric cars on the way. Hopefully that you guys integrate and make this stuff different. But for you guys that's buying a car, don't expect a whole lot when it comes to customizations on the interior, because it's not going to happen. Third item, and this is probably the worst item on these cars that I really hate the most, and the number one item that cost me a lot of money: the rear end, the drive shaft, and the differential. The differentials on these cars are terrible. They are weak. The stock power on these cars will tear that stuff up. The stock power will destroy it. It happened in my car. Ended up having to pay $10K to get it fixed. If you don't believe me, there's a video right here watching, you know, it happening. I'll drop that in this video. But the differential and the rear end on these cars are terrible. Now, there is something you can do to kind of prevent that from happening, and I'll just say that if you get your diff brace, it'll kind of help the differential stay in place and not rip from the frame of the car or the cradle from the car. But it's gonna go. If you're active, if you like to play with your car, if you like to test it to its limits, eventually that differential is gonna crap on you. You're gonna be on the side of the road, track, wherever you may be, and you're gonna be ticked off. So make sure you know what you're getting into when you buy these cars. That should have probably been the number one for me, or save this one for last, but it is what it is, man. So I do want you to know, be careful when getting these cars, because I really hate that, and it costs me a lot of money. The fourth thing is the exhaust. The exhaust on these cars are great. They sound wonderful. I would start the car up, but I need gas, so I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be stranded out here. I don't want to play those games. But the exhaust on these cars are amazing from stock. But the more you drive it, the longer you have these cars, the more the exhaust begins to crank, whine, rattle, and things like that. So the active exhaust on these things, the flap tends to get stuck open or closed, and then you hear the metal chiming and grinding and popping or clicking, you know, as you're driving it, which at some point in time, I didn't know what it was right away until I took it to the shop and got it looked at. But I thought my front ends, my suspension and my front end was going out, because every time I would turn either direction, either left or right, and I give it gas, I'll hear the active exhaust opening and closing. But at the time I'm thinking, I'm like, every time I turn my steering wheel, I hear a click. But it was just a combination of turning the steering wheel, pressing the gas, and that active dampening, not active dampening, but the active exhaust just opening and closing. So that right there is another part that's annoying. I do plan on changing that out soon. Video coming soon about what we're going to move with next. But that part right there sucks the most. And yeah, be prepared to hear that if you get a Mopar. Last but not least, there's one thing that I really enjoyed when I had my Scat that I don't have on this car, and you can't even get it on this car, is the driver assist, right? On my Scat, I had the driver assist. There was a little brain right here in the middle of the bottom grille where it kept your car in lane. It helped you, like if a car were to stop short in front of you, in case you were paying attention or not, it'll start the brake assist for you and things like that. I really did enjoy that. It kept you in lanes, like I said. Unfortunately, it's not a part of this package here with the red eye. That's another thing that I hate, is that I couldn't get that, and the fact that there are no dang on fog lights. I really did enjoy my fog lights. These cars just don't come with fog lights. I don't know why the fog light delete was important to the look, but I do think they could have at least put a little square fog light in here that could have helped us out with the fog light case. But other than that, man, it's really as basic as you can get when it comes to a car. When you first get it, you're going to be excited because it's an upgrade, a lot more power than what you're used to or what you had previously. But now it's just not the case, right? For me at least, you know, some of you guys may think, yo, this is everything I wanted and more. I did that too, but now I don't feel that way. And this is what you get, man. This is the 2021 Red Eye, one of the first ones purchased in the state of North Carolina, or even out here in the world. And this is what you're gonna get, man. This is what you're paying for when you get these cars. Now, this does not mean I don't like my car. I love my car, but at the same time, I wish there's things that could have been done a little better by Dodge, and unfortunately they just didn't do it. It just is what it is. I mean, there's not really a lot more to go over. I mean, I got more than 5 things that I can probably talk about, but it's just not worth it right now in this video. So we're gonna stick with that 5. If you're new to this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn your notification bells on, because you know I'm bringing you hit after hit after hit. And also I'm bringing you that great information to help you understand why I do the things I do and why these things are important or not important to me. That way, if you're out in the market and you're looking to buy a car, and it doesn't have to be this car, it can be any kind of car, that you know what to look for. Things like this gives us an idea as to what we truly want. Sometimes we don't know what we want. So I hope this video helps you out, guys. 5 things that I don't like about my car, and there's 1,000,001 things that I do like about it. Until next time, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, turn the notification bells on, and of course, man, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And if you have something that you dislike, make sure you leave those in the comments as well, because we all have our fair share of things that we dislike when it comes to these cars and that we thought would be better. Until next time, guys, Red Eye Ride, we out. Peace.